Imagine a story hidden within the pages of ancient texts, a tale of the first woman, not Eve, but Lilith. Created as Adam's equal, yet lost in the shadows of history. Today, we delve into the enigmatic legend of Lilith, a story of defiance, mystery, and transformation. Join us as we unravel the secrets of Adam's first wife, a figure who challenges our understanding of ancient narratives. In the book of Genesis, two distinct creation stories capture our attention. The first speaks of man and woman's simultaneous creation, an image of equality and unity. Yet the second tells a different tale. Adam formed from dust, followed by Eve, crafted from his ribe. This stark contrast has sparked endless debates and curiosity. Could there be more to the story? The enigma deepens with the introduction of a mysterious figure, Lilith, who emerges from the shadows of these ancient texts, challenging the traditional narrative and setting the stage for a captivating journey into myth and legend. Tracing Lilith's origins takes us back to ancient Mesopotamia. Here, she first appears not as a human, but a potent figure in Sumerian and Babylonian lore, a blend of seduction and terror associated with night and the unknown. This enigmatic figure then migrates into Jewish mythology, transforming through the ages. Lilith evolves from a mere mythological entity into a symbol rich in meaning, bridging the gap between ancient demonology and modern cultural narratives. Our journey leads us to the Alphabet of Ben Sira, a pivotal medieval text that casts new light on Lilith's story. Here she emerges as Adam's first wife, crafted from the same earth, symbolizing her equality. Yet, this equality becomes the root of discord. Lilith's refusal to submit to Adam's dominance results in her daring departure from Eden. This act of defiance marks her transformation from Adam's equal to a rebellious outcast, setting the stage for her later portrayal as a figure of power and independence in a world dominated by patriarchal narratives. As we delve deeper, Lilith's narrative takes a darker turn. In Jewish folklore, she becomes a demoness, a symbol of night's dangers and untamed nature. Infamous for endangering infants and beguiling men, Lilith's character reflects ancient fears and societal norms. This transformation from Adam's equal to a feared demoness underlines the complexity of her story. It illustrates how mythological figures can be shaped by cultural perceptions, evolving over time to embody the collective anxieties and values of the societies that remember them. In contemporary culture, Lilith transcends her ancient demonic image, becoming a beacon of empowerment and rebellion. Feminist interpretations have reimagined her as a symbol of female autonomy, challenging traditional patriarchal narratives. Her story, once shadowed by infamy, now inspires discussions about gender equality and independence. Lilith's metamorphosis from a feared mythological figure to an icon of strength and defiance illustrates how ancient myths can be reinterpreted to reflect modern values and struggles. Lilith's journey from a mythical figure to a modern symbol is a testament to the power of stories. Her narrative continues to inspire and challenge, reminding us that there are always deeper layers to uncover in ancient tales. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into mythology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for more untold stories from history and mythology.